in the north.
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. Man. So what do we have here? That was a tough game as a Michigan fan. You know, some people might say, y'all played well. Y'all kept it close. We don't do the morals. We don't do the moral victories over here like that. No. We don't do that. The defense did what I've been wanting and expecting them to do all year. You know? They've been doing what I've been wanting and expecting all year. You know? But that offense, bro, like, come on. Indiana tried to give us that game so many times, just time after time after time after time. Wink, time after time, trying to get us the ball. And all you can give me is 3. Just 3 after 3. That's all you can give me. That's all you can give me is 3. I never said they were unbeatable. That's the thing. I never said Georgia was unbeatable. You made it seem like y'all beat them. So for y'all, they was. Y'all never beat them. You made it seem like, y'all had beat them that year, which y'all didn't. But let me ask you this, Daniel Henry. Do you want to see them in the playoff? Do you want to see Georgia? You struggled with Nebraska. Come on. But yeah, so the staff, Wink. Well, not even Wink. I'm leaving Wink alone, and for my health also, I'm leaving Wink alone because he don't deserve to be talked about right now. Some people were complaining yesterday about Wink. I'm like, hey, that ain't on Wink. That's on Sharon and them offensive coaches. And you're gonna be you're gonna be right on here complaining on one of y'all Buckeye shows the next day after you play them. But I mean, they show flaws. Georgia does show flaws, but everybody has flaws this year. There's not one team that looks unbeatable. Even Oregon. But the offensive coaches, Sharon, to me, it's like Sharon looks so far over his head right now that it's almost scary, As a Michigan fan, it is scary. It ain't almost scary. It is scary, So and this is why I said I don't want to play a bowl game. I know they get a little bread for the bowl game. They get some bread. Them practices, they don't mean much to me. Because it's like the first time I've seen us bad. Hey, you ain't talking to somebody this is something new to them. It's like the first time I done seen us bad. So you get more practices. Them practices before that bowl game don't mean that much. I'm sorry. They don't. I've seen us plenty of years bad, get those extra practices, and we get destroyed in the bowl game. And them few players that played, it don't mean that much. I'm sorry. I've watched too much football, and I've seen us be bad and get those extra practices. No, thank you. You know, if we get the bowl game, it's fine. We beat Ohio State, great. We still got to play a bowl game, great. Do I actually want us to get the bowl game? Sharon have to coach and all that? I don't. I want him to do whatever he has to do to get this team where it needs to be next year. Hiring coaches, firing coaches, NIL, transfer portal, recruiting. Worry about that. You don't need to worry about no bowl game. I don't care about no bowl game. Forget a bowl game. Forget a bowl game. I'm sorry. That bowl game don't mean much to me. You can say what you want. It don't. I need to see because I don't want to hear no excuses. I'm done with the excuses. You still got them? Hey, good luck to you. I ain't got none. I want to see that team and Sharon Moore, no excuses. Get it done. You didn't have enough time last year? We got you. Take all the time you need. Soon as we lose to Ohio State or beat Ohio State, you take all the time. There you go. Wow. There we go. Then we ain't got no excuses. I don't got time for this. I don't. I done seen it too. I done seen it before. Exactly. You get some money. That's the only reason I could see us. Them practices, they don't mean much. A practice, a couple weeks of practice before in December don't make a difference for next September. I hate to break it to you. It don't. You know how much time that is? Well, he showed some flashes in the bowl game. Yeah, the bowl game was what? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. The bowl game was 9-10 months ago. Get out of here about some practice before. This stuff ain't helping you. Yeah, what are you talking about? I done been here before. We don't know what the NCAA gonna do. Michigan still has to respond. Then the NCAA has to respond. When Michigan responds, the NCAA is not going to be like, "Oh, we got it right here. Here you go." It's not going to work like that, bro. It might be 2 years before we even get a answer on what's going on with that stuff. Yeah, Ohio State. For whatever reason, y'all think that. And not to say that it couldn't be, I just don't think it is. That as soon as what is that? November 30th, that's for Michigan to respond. Soon as we respond, you think they got Michigan responds, NCAA the next day, boom, sanction, this, that, like they got it ready. It's possible, but I don't think it is how, But yeah, I'm on clean house session right now. I ain't worried about a lot of this other stuff. Trying to play a bowl game when it's a 12-team playoff going on. This is unprecedented. This ain't that. 12-team playoff. That bowl game means less and less. It already meant less last year. Since the 14 playoff, it meant less. Now it means almost nothing. especially if you're you've been a consistently good Power 5 team. It's 12 team. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It'll be January. What's gonna happen? Because I don't talk about this stuff because none of us really know. None of us really know. That's why I don't get into it. We don't know. That's why I leave it to the Nevada Bucks and stuff. I don't get into that. A lot of people like to live in that politics and that oh, what's gonna happen? The sports reporters. I don't live in that. That's just not me. I could probably grow my channel more with that every time there's something, or when all this was going on, I was just sitting back watching because I don't get into that. I get into football. I like to talk football, so I don't get into all that. The sanctions with the NCAA, that's just not me. I like to talk about hidden execution, poor coaching. That's what I like to talk about. I don't get into that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why you barely hear me talk about it. Because nobody really knows for sure. Nobody really knows. But I'm putting the link in there if anybody wants to say their piece, get something off their chest. Get something off their chest. What up, Garrison? Garrison on the boy Garrison on the Voice of College Football, the Ohio State channel. Shout out to Garrison, making big moves, my brother. Making big moves. Two weeks. Look at the Ohio State fans. They ready. They ready. What did you say? You trying to catch up to me? Hey, we all trying to make it. We all trying to make it. They ready. Ohio State fans, they licking their chops right now. They want to give it to us bad. They want to give it to us so bad. Rent's due. Oh, okay. We ain't got rent. We ain't got no rent money. We ain't got none. The rent, what was it during COVID? The rent moratorium. Ain't that what it was? Something like that? We ain't got rent. We ain't got it. Ohio State fan, let me ask y'all. So the fact that we're not good, does that mean anything to y'all? This is just me asking. Hey, I can't, people try to tell me how I'm supposed to feel. People will come on to my channel and it's gonna hurt you. How you gonna tell me what hurts me? How you gonna come tell me what hurts me and stuff? You're not supposed to feel that way. How you gonna tell me? But the fact that we're not good, does that take a little from it? Or y'all just want that win back? Y'all just want the bragging rights back? Like, even though it won't be the same as when we got y'all top 5, top 10, top 3 matchup, you still get the bragging rights back. Do y'all ready to be able to talk back to me? Y'all ready to be able to talk back? That's what it is. You ready to have the upper hand again? I know y'all ain't used to it. It's been 3 years. Y'all still ain't used to, not having the upper hand in trash talk to a Michigan fan. It burns you, doesn't it? It burns you, don't it? For pride and program, my brother. Yeah, I know y'all want this one. Y'all want this one. It's eating in y'all side. Watching these other teams beat us. Because y'all been talking, even though we've been losing to other teams, y'all been talking like y'all are the ones that beat us. Y'all want this win bad. I hope it's a close game. I hope it's a game like this Indiana game, and y'all just, whoo. Regardless, I just hope it's close, and so I can just see y'all stress of being in a close game with this garbage Michigan team. The stress of that, you know what I'm saying? I want to see it. Yeah. Yeah, you tired of it? Garrison, you tired of it because you ain't supposed to be no Ohio State fan, boy. You tired of it? You ain't supposed to. You like Bryce Underwood right now, trying to go to LSU. Done became an OSU fan. You know you was supposed to be a Michigan fan. That's why you tired of it. Because in your bones, your blood pumps Michigan. It's in your blood. You're a Michigander. Think about that. That's why you're tired of it, because it's irking you, because you're supposed to be going through this right now too. And I'm Ohio State, it's all good. Uh-huh. While your fellow Michigander brothers is going through it. And you happy about that? Are you happy about that, bro? Come on, man. Brian Schutz, appreciate the $5 super chat. I'm a Buckeye fan, but I'm glad to know there's a cool UM fans like Johnny and a couple others. Keep it up, my guy. Yes, sir. Appreciate the $5 super chat. We just pushing along. We just pushing along. There's a lot of OSU podcasts and stuff that I rock with. Chris and Menace to Sports. Mello and theirs. What is it? The Ohio podcast, Scarlet and Blue. Shout out to Garrison. Shout out to Bryce. What's that other one I'm always watching? I watch so many podcasts at work. It's crazy. Best damn media. So I keep it cordial. I try to, because a lot of Ohio State fans, they ain't been able to handle what's been going on, because I'm good at jabbing them in the side, I'm real good at that. So a lot of them get mad, and they try to, once they see that I'm strictly talking football. Like, I don't get on these channels and make personal attacks. Some of them try to come and make personal attacks. I'm not with that. I'm talking football. I'm not going to sit and come on here and try to talk about Garrison's life or something, or make up something. No. Or Ron or Chris. No, we talking football. We talking trash talk. We talking football, X's and O's. We talking about Jimmy's and Joe's. I'll talk about your coach. Now, I'll talk about your coach. But I'm not going to sit on here and find a name. Ryan Day's beard. I bet you can't pay your rent. Stuff like that. I don't do that. That's stupid to me. Go live for Northwestern game. Let's watch it together, because we not beating Ohio State. At least Northwestern is winnable. Bro, if we struggle with Northwestern, I'm not going to be able to handle it. I can't handle a lot of these games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't handle it. He trying to say champs. Bro, you're a Michigander. I live in Florida by way of Memphis, but I grew up in Michigan. You are a Michigander, my brother. That's in your blood. It's in your blood, bro. What you think about the running back situation and how they go about reps? They don't know what they're doing. That's the problem. That's the problem. They don't know what they're doing. I don't know if it's Tony Alford, Sharon, Kirk Campbell, whoever it is. You don't know what you're doing. That's obvious. That's obvious. You know, they do not know what they're doing at all. Shout out to Ohio State fans that said Tony Alford was not good. Shout out to y'all. Hey, it don't bother me to say when I'm wrong. You know, but he's not good. They don't know that. It's like each game, what they've seen during the season means nothing. This game, we're going to try to do this, or we're going to go with this guy. Next game, we're going to try this. We're going to go with this guy. Next game, we're going to try this. We're going to go with this guy. They don't have any idea what they're actually trying to do. They don't have any idea, bro. And so I think I've been putting the wrong link in there. I just realized I've probably been putting the wrong link in there. But yeah, they don't know what they're doing. You know, Khalil Mullins has been obviously the best running back we've had, even though he had a couple down weeks. That don't mean he's not the best back we have. You know, and so he didn't get to play till almost mid-second quarter. It's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You know? And so I'm gonna bring you up in a second, Dom. But you know, that's just unacceptable. It's like you can go to every position coach, and if you were to say good or bad, more than likely he's not good. Like, it's you have to laugh about this stuff because it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So most of these position coaches, they're just not good for the most part. Tony Alford, he ain't good. It's not the football. For him, it's the rotations. You know, he seems like he might be a good actual coach, but when it comes to rotating backs, he doesn't know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And Sharon Moore, the Donovan Edwards farewell tour, I like to call it. What is that? What you should have been done with that after the Texas loss, really. You should have been. I don't see how you let a farewell tour even happen. Ain't no way. So don't get me started. You just see Garrison be knowing how to get me. Hey, Garrison be knowing how to get me started. He be knowing what he doing. I bet you he said that and then he'd probably dip. Like, yeah, got it. Got him. And just closed out his YouTube. Boy. Let me bring up Dom.
Johnny, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right.
I was looking at the stats, and I was just going through the internet. Do you know what Brady Hoke's record was in 2014 before he was terminated?
I can't remember.
5-7. The stats aren't good. They're not good, Johnny. 34 carries for 69 yards. Davis Warren, 16 to 32 for 137 yards. I mean, I said it. I said it last time. We're not getting paid millions of dollars. What does Sharon need? What needs to happen for Sharon Moore to take over the play calling?
That's scary. I'm not sure, bro.
It's it's so frustrating. I'm trying not to get emotional about it, but going through those past seasons, and it really looks the same, it feels the same, and the worry is it gonna get fixed?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are we going to go through a couple years of this stubbornness and then start rebuilding in what, 2026? Are we
Exactly.
are we going to lose recruits over this?
Exactly.
I said something the other day. If I'm Bryce Underwood, I'm questioning whether or not I even want to play with these guys. I use some different language, but I'm not so sure I want to come and play with these guys.
That's a fact. And that's why I've been saying that for some weeks. You have to get ahead of this now, or
Yes.
it's got the chance to snowball, and then you're going to have to do a whole rebuild, a real rebuild.
I'm really concerned. I was teasing about after a loss, instead of coaches getting on these players, it's like, here's some warm cookies and milk. And I pulled
Mm-hmm.
some of Coach Moore's quotes, if you care to hear one or two, from the
Yeah.
Detroit Free Press. Um, Coach Moore on Davis Warren. He's going to keep harping on himself, but I'm going to have his back and make sure he knows he's doing as much as he can. And we've got to continue to help around him. Uh, you know, um, it's we'll watch the film and continue to evaluate, but I'm proud of the way our guys fought. Okay. In a
Mm-hmm.
game like this, you could lay down, and our guys went to the last second to go to the fight. So I'm proud of them and what they did. Okay. What about a little bit of Coach Harbaugh here? What about, I let the team down? We didn't perform as coaches. We didn't have the kids ready to perform. Instead of this coddling. Um, Question about the end of that first drive. At the end of the day, we have to execute. There's some twists, movements, zone runs. We didn't pick it up. And it was one guy here, another guy there. But that was the story, and you have to go back and look at it on the iPad. You know, the lack of accountability, is that a good way to say it, Johnny?
Yeah,
By the
that's that's
coaches
that's perfect.
by the coaches. I mean, we've all talked crap on Campbell. Have you read or heard anything? And I look a lot where Campbell said, you know what? I've made some poor decisions this year. But I've seen where we need to make improvements and have more. There's nothing like that, Johnny.
I barely even see him really say anything.
That's what the concerning part is. And I appreciate you having me. I'm not going to rant and rave for a change, but it's warm milk and cookies, man. I don't know. Back in high school, we play like that. We're going to run wind sprints till we puke at practice. We're not going to
Mm-hmm.
get warm milk and cookies. So I don't know. I'm just worried about getting ahead of it, like you said. And what's the next step? I mean, obviously, Kirk Campbell needs to quit calling plays. Is Sharon going to do that and at least show some leadership?
Yeah, because his mannerisms and the things he does on the sideline, he looks lost. Like he has stretches in the game where it looks like he's literally doing his laundry in his head or something. Like he's not he's on the sideline, but he's somewhere else. He
You're
so
you're you're right. And I have a question for you here. This is kind of like out there. Given the performance of those last three games last season, especially that Penn State game and then the Ohio State game, I wonder if they took out one of the earpieces of the headphone set, since we're cheaters, and hooked up a microphone in there, and Harbaugh was telling him what to do because, like you said, it's like him waiting for somebody to tell him what to do. I'm really heartbroken, in all honesty, from what
Yeah,
I'm seeing from Sharon. I expected so much more.
yeah, because we gave him, we gave him credit, a lot of credit for that last year, and I'm in Ohio State spaces. They gave him no credit. They said that was all Harbaugh, and right now it seems like they were more right than we were, from giving him credit. Of course, he made some of those calls,
Sure, sure.
but as far as the game plan and the identity of the team, it was already built for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we
It,
we
it,
thought. Go
it,
ahead. Go ahead.
you're exactly correct. It's one thing to make the selections of plays that that are going to work, as opposed to the creation of those plays that are going to take advantage of the opponent's weaknesses and adjusting for that on a weekly basis. You said that the other day. Where was the eye candy? I could, because I didn't watch the game live. I went back, I watched it. It's like nothing.
And that was working the last couple
Yes,
weeks.
yes, yes. I
So,
mean,
and that's why it bothers me. And that's why it bothers me. Like, bro, we have to do. They should have been doing that from the beginning of the season and constantly adding those wrinkles to all that eye candy. So by now, you actually have an identity of what we're trying to do off of those things with your run game, with the pass game, with the play action. They just totally went away from it. It's like it boggles me really, bro, that these dudes are that lost. They're lost right now.
the only time I really saw the cohesion this year was in the Michigan State game. And Johnny, I have to say it's due to Blake Corum being on the sideline, getting on players and go show me something out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's absence this year. And it's like Grant, Graham, Loveland. Um, where is it, guys? Where's your leadership? Where are you grabbing somebody by the face mask in practice and getting in somebody's garbage? Mikey or Corum wouldn't have stood up for that stuff last year.
No,
They wouldn't have put up with this last year.
no. The problem is you don't defense has some leaders, but offense is you need the leaders on each side of the ball.
Yes.
Offense really doesn't have the leaders. Tight end, he can only do so much. The quarterback is who he is. You get what I'm saying? So, Donovan Edwards, it's hard for him to, he's just not consistent. You see him showing up when he does have a good game, and then he fumbles. What was that? Washington. He's over there talking, trying to lead guys, and then he fumbles. Oh, our leader.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm worried about this prolonging itself. I just hope he pulls back in the off season and reevaluates and makes the appropriate changes. But the failure to do anything now is really concerning. And if you don't do anything right, then pick one thing and at least do that right. So if I pull up the stats, I'm saying, Johnny, well, we had 34 carries for 215 yards, not 69.
Mm-hmm.
34 carries for 69 yards of Michigan football. Let that sink in.
Well, that the run game has fell off a cliff.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't, I'm not going to take any more of your time rehashing the disgusting things here, but the Ohio State game. It's the only thing I could think of is we have no pressure. We have nothing to lose. They're the ones that have everything to lose. They spent millions and millions and millions of dollars, and let them talk and let them have their fun. The reality is we did beat them 3 years in a row. And in all honesty, what, 2006? Chris Smith, the quarterback, the game was in the shoe that they beat us, and instead of us playing them for the national title, they played Florida. It ultimately didn't win. But I think that's the last time Ohio State beat a quality Michigan team. Otherwise, they've been beaten up on scrubs. Well, I take that back. What was the 1 yard play in the shoot?
2016.
Yeah. So it's been a while since they beat a quality, Michigan team.
Well.
So, they want to beat up on a team that's going to finish 5-7, puff up their chest, have at it. Good luck down there if you make it to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I don't see them winning the title. So far, I think Oregon might win it. I would have said different otherwise, but they've beaten everybody they had to play so far. The dark horse for me is Georgia. It's like, who do they want to be? One week they look like most physical defense in the NCAA, and there's nobody going to stop them. And then you look at like yesterday, they're like, what happened there? So
I think Georgia is just trying to get to the playoff, to what really matters. But Bama and Georgia, they're about to be in playoff mode right now because 3 losses, you can't guarantee it. So I think they're both about to be in playoff mode now.
Yep. Could somebody get some of the game film from Alabama and take that and send it to Kirk Campbell and here's how you use a running quarterback? I mean, did you see what Milroe did yesterday and the way they set up? Everybody knew he was running the ball. There he is. He's running 4 touchdowns, and they
Yeah, he was
knew
insane
he
yesterday.
was running the ball. We just can't do that. We just can't do that. You have to be able to run at will.
Yes, sir.
So, Johnny, thank you very much for the time and for having me, sir.
No problem. I appreciate you joining, bro.
I appreciate you very much, sir.
Go Blue. That was Dom. Dom comes in cooking, and he's like me. We seen the bad days. He's seen more of the good days probably from the history than I have. But we've seen the bad. When you've seen the bad, it don't take you long to realize when it's bad and changes need to be made. It don't take you long. You can see it early. Like, okay, this is bad. You need to make big changes. We have to make big changes. It don't take much. Let's see. I guess let's move on with these callers. Let's go, Burks.
Yo, what's up, Johnny? How are you?
I'm all right. What's going on?
I just want to discuss our receiving room, man. It is terrible. We cannot have a guy like Peyton O'Leary, who was a walk-on, right? From a prep school in Boston, right? Like he literally is a prep school ball. He's making plays, and we have 4-star guys who aren't getting the ball. Like it just shows how bad our receiving room is. And honestly, I think that our receiving room really, really needs to pick up in recruiting, because if we do not, I feel Underwood would not want to come, I feel like this is a really important thing. After seeing Peyton O'Leary and stuff, it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, is our receivers that bad, dude? Like, are they that bad that we have a walk-on starting now? Like he's playing more snaps, out snapping Frederick Moore and other people, Samaj even. Like we need to go hit the transfer portal. And I feel like receivers are number one thing, and quarterback. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, they got to get better at receiver, definitely. And the recruiting is having an uptick and all that stuff, but you gotta hit the portal hard, But you still got to get rid of Campbell and Bellamy. The route trees for the offense, they're too NFL. I don't know what type of offense it is. It's a pro style, but I don't like it. This is college. I want big plays. That's what Bryce wants. Bryce saw, was it Jaden Daniels at LSU? You're getting guys creating big plays, run after catch, deep bombs. We don't even try to throw deep. Like I'm done with this offensive staff, and we don't use play action. All these things we don't do, and some of this was last year too. So Sharon was there. Sharon was offense coordinator last year. So some of this is him too.
Yeah, it's giving me a lot of red flags, and it's just frustrating. But at the same time, I feel like our fan base is pretty positive with the Bryce Underwood stuff. I'm pretty positive too. I feel like we could land him, and I feel like even though our season's not how it is, let's just discuss how depressed Ohio State fans are. Like, they are literally such crybabies. Like, I was at one of their podcasts, just looking at their reactions and even their message board, and they're like up 21-0 at halftime, and they're still depressed. Like, they are so bloody depressed, man. Like, they literally they're not like, it's just so funny. Like, we face adversity all the time, and we're so positive, and we're not like, we can take like bad seats. These Ohio State Buckeyes, man, they're like, but they feel like they can win a championship. I don't think they're gonna win it. Like, can we just agree? Like, there's such depressive fan base, Ohio State fans.
I mean, you got to understand, Ohio State has been consistently good for forever, so there's a arrogance and expectation to them. So they don't want to struggle against anybody. They expect to be in the championship hunt, even if they don't win it as much as they cocky like they win it every other year or something. But I get it. They've consistently been a good team. So
yeah,
I guess
like
sense.
it's crazy. It's just so funny how they're still bitching these days. I just love it. Like,
they hungry for a natty. That us winning the natty made them get hungrier than they already are. They saw us celebrate. They saw us beat Ryan Day. Ryan Day's underachieved. He had the chance in 2022 to beat Georgia, probably beat TCU. Then they win the natty 2022.
oh yeah.
But they lost again to us, and then we win the championship. Now they like, hey, something got to happen. Ryan Day, his seat's getting hotter. It's a slow burn, but it's getting hotter.
No, I agree, man. And what do you think about the Bryce Underwood? Do you like? I know you're trying not to get into Bryce Underwood that much, just because you don't want to have a heartbreak. And I understand that the Bryce Underwood thing is what everyone is talking about. Like, more like, I'm one of those guys who's more like invested in Bryce Underwood's recruitment in this Michigan season. It's that crazy, And I'm just wondering, like, how do you feel right now about it? Are you positive on it, or are you like average, like 50-50 chance? I know some people, like my man TJ, is putting a 65%, which is a pretty good shot. But what is your take on it? Like, are you positive or not really? Or
I'd give somewhere around there 60-40, around there. Because I don't care what people say. Having your home state show you love like that, it feels good. I'm from Michigan. I'm born and raised in Michigan. Same as Garrison. So if Michigan offers me and has that bag, even if I don't want to go there, and I'm seeing my state come out for me like that, it's gonna make me think about it. You get what I'm saying? So
absolutely,
it's gonna make me think about it, because, and I've said this before, if you're from Michigan and you win at Michigan, it's going to mean 10 times more than if you do it at LSU. Aiden Hutchinson can do no wrong for a Michigan fan. He's from Michigan. His father, he's a legacy. So when he righted the ship, he can do no wrong to us. He didn't even win the championship, but he can do no wrong to us. Who else? Who's the other player?
Will Johnson.
Will Johnson. I don't care what nobody says. Your watch is done, my brother. You got the you got the MVP and the Natty. You can do what you want. Play, don't play. It don't matter to me. You got that ring for us, brother. Thank you. Do what you got to do to get to the NFL at this point. If you play, great. If you don't, thank you for what you've done for Michigan. Legends. You know what I'm saying? It's going to mean more. You can LSU and great, but it's going to mean more you do it here. That's just a fact, you know? So, but you know, I get it. The way Michigan's been looking and the passing game, even with JJ, wasn't great. You know, the concepts and the things like that wasn't great, you know. So I get it. Let's believe I get it. But with money and, you know, Sharon saying the right thing, because I think Kirk Campbell, he's going to be gone. Saying the right things, trying to get it right. I think he's got a choice to make, like, especially if Michigan is bringing all that money to the table. And for people saying that's too much money, it ain't your money. Let them spend that money. If they want to give him $20 million to get him here, that ain't your money. Let them spend their money. I don't care if they give him $100 million. It ain't coming out my pocket. Let them give it to him. So that's what I feel about it.
Yeah, the only way we keep Kirk Campbell, and I know people are gonna kill me with saying is if Bryce Underwood, because I heard Bryce Underwood's relationship is really good with him. If he's like, okay, I want Kirk Campbell as my OC, no matter what, or on the staff or a quarterback coach, maybe kind of like JJ last year, the quarterback coach. I think that's the only way Kirk Campbell's staying, or else, and that's only if Bryce Underwood wants him, or to get Bryce Underwood, or else he's basically gone. Do you agree on that?
I missed what you said. My dog started barking.
Yeah. No, the only way Kirk Campbell is staying at Michigan is if Bryce Underwood wants him. Do you agree on that? Like,
yeah. And I doubt if Bryce Underwood wants him. He ain't showed nothing. You know, you were there when he said what he said last year. You were the quarterback coach. You know, so I don't get what Sharon has with Kirk Campbell. Like, bro, I would have been took over play calling from him. I don't get it. Like, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I agree. And last thing I just want to say is, for all the Michigan fans, man, like Bryce Underwood is legit. Okay, see his film. I think he's a better prospect than Trevor Lawrence, right?
He looks similar to him, like as a player too.
Yeah, I agree. He's more athletic.
That's a good comparison.
And he's the greatest dude, in my opinion, dude. He is probably gonna end up the greatest Michigan quarterback ever. I think Dante Moore might be right now, but Bryce Underwood, man, after this year when he wins a championship, like I think there's no other. Like, who wins a true freshman high school title? Like, not that many quarterbacks, right? Bryce Underwood is that guy. Sophomore year, won a state. Junior year, he lost. They got an upset, but hey, he was still amazing. And you guys don't understand that this Bryce Underwood news every week. This is like we need it, bro, because you need this guy. I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like this, he's not coming to Michigan, all this bullshit, man. No, dude. Every week we need to know an update about this because this is important shit. Just letting you guys know, like it's Bryce Underwood or bust, man. And that's all I want to say. Thank you for having me, my man.
All right, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Take care.
Yeah, we need him. We need Bryce, bro. Like, he's that dude. If you watch the film, he's impressive. Running it, throwing it, ball placement. He can make all the throws. He's a stud. Like, the hype for him is real. I know people say, well, you don't want to give somebody all that money. Hey, it ain't my money. It ain't your money. Stop worrying about counting people money that ain't yours. If they want to get that man that money, let him give him that money. Exactly. Great point, Garrison. We missing too much homegrown talent. We already missed out on Garrison in the media. We already missed out on him. You see, he taking his talents to Columbus, the voice of college football, Columbus channel, when he should be talking Michigan. Let me leave Garrison alone. Talking. Let's see who we got. Cameron.
What it do?
Yo, what up?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
I can't hear you. I'm gonna call back down. I'm gonna call
All
back
right.
down.
Oh, what's up? No, my bad. What up, Johnny? You just called me up.
Always chilling, playing the game.
Hey, man, listen. Hey, I had to take my mind off of both of the L's we just took this weekend. Um, yeah, man. What you think about him in that press conference?
He don't. Sharon,
Because that's the thing. That's
don't
the
give
thing
us
that's
much to
standing
be
out to
happy
me.
about. He don't give us much to be happy about. His mannerisms, the way he talks and stuff. It's all that coach speak. No fire about him.
Because when they asked him a question about the time, man, like I know you was like, "What the heck?" Like when he let the clock run, it was like 105 left on the clock,
Yeah,
and
he
then he
bled on
waited.
that clock. That's coaching 101. As soon as that play was clocked, boom. It don't matter that they got
Yeah. It was and when they asked him about it, did you see how he explained it away? That's just like I'm not understanding like and the points that you and Don made and who you just have up the after Don Burks.
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, it's like he didn't coach under Harbaugh these last 4 or 5 years. That's what it seems like. That's how he presented himself to the fan base. It seems like he's scared, no leadership in him. Somebody said it last night. I think it was you or somebody in the comment section talking about he's delegating instead of regulating. He's
Yeah.
not. He's not. He's afraid of something, and I can't put my finger on it, but he's afraid of something because. Go
You got to
ahead,
take
Johnny.
control of this. You got to take control of this team. This is your team, bro. This is it right here, bro. You got to take control because you're gonna be the one that get fired when they show dudes getting fired. It's gonna be you. You the big one. So you got to take control of this team, or you're gonna be out of here. But you're making your leash short because everybody is watching you close now. Because everybody sees something ain't right. Something ain't right. We watching you on the sideline. We watching you in your press conferences. We watching you look like you somewhere else in the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's another thing I want to touch on. If we seeing it, and he's sitting in that press conference acting like it's not a biggie to him. This remind me of that. This is worse than the COVID year. We can't run this year. I'm not saying we run in the COVID year, but I'm just saying that 100 looking more likely this year, ain't it?
possibly the defense still gives me hope. I still got hope with the defense.
Because my son, my 10-year-old came up to me. He's like, "Man, did you see that?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, we went out to the end zone like 3 different times and walked away with 9 points. That was 21 points right there.
Yeah,
That would have won the game. That would have won the game,
bro.
and that extra touchdown. Yeah, that would have won the game.
They tried to give us that game countless times.
Facts.
They didn't Indiana really almost didn't deserve to win that game.
Michigan exposed who they really were. They still the same old Indiana.
In those pressure moments, they couldn't execute. The quarterback, he was slick executing. The receivers, the pressure was too much for him. The moment was too big for him.
And y'all spoke about Leary. He's our best. I always been big on Leary. I just think if he had more repetitions in game, he would have been a big boy threat. Because look what in the little snippets of the games he's been in, he didn't came up clutch. In the catches he made, he didn't came up clutch.
Yeah.
Why you keep going back and forth with these receivers? This is my opinion. I will play with O'Leary. I will play with Kendrick Bell because they give you a little limp. So you can, and then, throw Edwards out there, in the slot sometime. And then you got Coach 11.
Edwards in the slot. What's that? What's that, brother? We don't do that.
Because he'll eat it up. If you slant him to the left, if you line him up on the left and he slants to the right a little bit, there you go. You got 15 to 20 yards because he got to be in space to get that speed burst. So there you go. You moving the chains. Now that's something you can, throw on tape for a team. Like, oh, we got to prepare for that. Then you can put Mullins or, they're using Benjamin Hall now. Whoever you want to put in there. But now you got a threat on that slot. Quit using some Miles Morgan. I'm coming, baby.
Samaj,
yeah, he like your boy Burks just said, the receivers that Harbaugh were recruiting were blockers. We can have tall receivers and block. It's just disappointed, man, because I'm not saying throwing your coaches under. I'm telling you, this is wrong with America. Accountability. Where is that at, Johnny? Accountability. Everybody crying, but they're not taking accountability.
That's a fact.
There's no, and all you fans in Ohio State, no accountability. Y'all want to talk about stallions and look at Jesse Minter and Harbaugh doing it without him. They didn't need him.
Yeah,
he didn't need him. But accountability. We over here having a down year, and y'all think y'all about to go win a championship? No, man. As long as Ohio State don't win, me and you are good. Our fan base is good. I can go to work to these Ohio State fans and say, hey, try again next year. By that time, Michigan should be better in the transfer portal and all this money they got. They got like the bag. I mean, like Federal Reserve bag ready to.
They bring in the Brinks.
Yeah. Not even if they don't get Bryce. If they don't, they got the bag. Like they try to be the number one NIL in the nation, and you can go get whoever you want.
Exactly, and that's the only silver lining from this year. Yeah, we got that bag.
Because the regents and the alumnus are not liking what's going on right now. Even Ward don't like what's going on. I know they're not speaking out publicly, but they don't like what's going on right now. They really don't.
And when your coach, see, people forget that coach is a figurehead. He's the figurehead of Michigan. So on the sideline, remember when Harbaugh used to be throwing stuff on the sideline?
Yeah.
You have to look the part consistently. You're the guy. You have to look the part in the press conferences, on the sidelines. You got to exude confidence so these boosters think that they made the right choice. We're about to get you up out of here.
That's what and that's how they looking at it right now, because they like, dang, we know we wasn't. This is how I look at it. We know we weren't gonna come back and go back to back. Now, if Harbaugh was here, I know if it was a fifth, we'll all be tipsy. But listen, if Harbaugh comes back, JJ comes back. even after winning after, because now the mantra to that is we got the people that can go out here and do it again. Because Sharon Moore will be coaching the offensive line. Will be the we'll still have Minner. All that is still being played, and yeah, man. Harbaugh would have tried to get back to that national championship this year.
That's a fact. I mean, when Harbaugh left, it just and got Sharon took the job. We thought he was ready, but he don't even look like he's even close to being ready.
Nah, man. He like I said to somebody. Somebody was like Brian Kelly. I'm like, well, Brian Kelly started at. I don't think people remember this. He started at Grand Valley State, and then he worked his way up to Cincinnati. That's where Harbaugh. I mean, that's where Moore need to start at. He need to go start at Grand Valley State. Get that together, then come back because you don't have no experience. Everything you did was under Harbaugh's system. Everything, everything. Everything you did last year was under Harbaugh's system. That's why I think Mike Hart got mad because they overlooked him.
Yeah, Mike Hart got overlooked. That's for sure.
Because think about, and you talk about the relationship with Kurt. That's the only thing that reminds him with him and Newsom of Harbaugh. Like that's still there to Harbaugh. That's what I feel like. Dang, Harbaugh brought him here, so why would I let him go? You know, and people probably in his ear like, yo, he ready for it, and he wasn't. He's not. Kirk Campbell can't even call a game for a high school team.
He's horrible.
It's horrible. Hey man, I appreciate you letting me on, man. Go Blue, man. Like I said, we either got basketball. We just waiting on the Lions to do their thing. If they can bring us the Super Bowl, all this will go away.
Hey, we that would be nice. I'm waiting for the playoffs for them. You got to show up in the playoffs now.
What's your score for the night against Houston and Detroit?
I think they're gonna smoke them 32-17.
Facts. That's what I got. I got 35-17. That's me. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Go Blue, man. All love in the chat. And that Ohio dude that just put that up there, facts. They wasn't calling. That's why I feel like, man, something fishy with this, like with the NCAA and Michigan right now. I think something really fishy, bro. Like if y'all go out here, we'll let you win these amount of games, and then we won't punish you as bad. Like I really think that, man. I know I probably the only one, but look at it, man.
I mean,
it ain't adding up. Yeah, man. The math ain't there, math. No. All right, y'all. Appreciate you, Johnny, man. Stay safe down there in Florida, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Go Blue.
Go Blue. That was Marmar. He be cooking. Marmar be cooking. But I'm gonna bring you up in a second, Steven. Just hold tight, trying to get your beard and stuff in check. I see you backstage, boy. Trying to get your beard on check. You know what I'm saying? I see you. But you know, the team, the offense is so bad. You have to have a identity of what you're trying to do, right? Even last year, because this goes back to last year. We didn't utilize play action pass enough last year, and it bothered me. You know. So, but we were so talented that we got away with it. You can't get away with stuff. You can't get away with what you got away with a more talented team when you don't have that talent anymore. You have to do more eye candy, more wrinkles and things to help out your players, your less talented players, you know. So the fact that we're like, boom, Michigan, since time immemorial, what was our offense? Run the ball, pro style attack, run the ball, play action pass deep. Run the ball, play action deep. Run the ball, play action deep, play defense. That was Michigan football. That was Big Ten football. You know, Nick Saban took it to the SEC and took over the SEC. Run the ball, play action deep. Run the ball, play action deep. That's what it's been. You know, so the fact that we don't do any of this stuff, whether even when we were running the ball well, we still weren't play actioning enough. Which that always bothers me because the run game and play action go hand in hand. So some of these red flags, they were there last year when speaking of Sharon Moore, since we know he has his hand in the game plan, you know, some of these red flags were there. It's just they executed so well in crucial moments, you couldn't complain. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't complain. How am I supposed to complain? I mean, I still did because I'm a complainer because I be complaining, but I still couldn't get on him like that because at the end of the day, his offense did enough to win a natty. But even Joel Klatt will talk about the play action. It doesn't make sense how we don't use it enough. The eye candy, it doesn't make sense. We don't go deep. The announcers are stunned when they call our games because they like, bro, Michigan fails to take a deep shot. They don't even try. It's because it doesn't make logical football sense to not take a deep shot sometimes. Especially not when you're not winning and you're not showing great offense. What's it gonna hurt to play action and throw a deep bomb? What's it gonna hurt? You already boo-boo on offense, boy. You act like you don't see this team you got. Let me bring up Steven. Yo.
It's Johnny freaking Odin, man. So, see, I see you talking about my beard. I was going to say you've been in the gym, but your shirt's just getting smaller. Anyway, so this is how we're going to start this off. You said everything I was about to say. You know, and it's funny how Coach Moore, when did Coach Moore get to Michigan? Was it 2018?
Yeah, he'd been there since I think it was 2018.
And so you saw the blueprint to success. And you said to yourself, okay, well, Coach Harbaugh passed the baton to me. Let me go get a candle. I'm gonna put this baton down because the baton it lights up a room too, but so does a candle. Let me go get this candle and do it my way. You saw the blueprint and you decided we're not gonna be as physical in the O-line and the trenches like you talked about last year. The trenches, dominating the trenches. You want to go throw the ball air and out more to try to convince a quarterback he needs to go there. You got completely away from that philosophy, which led to them getting completely away from winning. And not only that, you chose a staff based on your allegiance because I get tired of people saying, well, he had a little bit of time, so it don't matter. You still evaluate. He had plenty. He chose that staff within like a week and a half. There were other viable candidates, not saying that all of them are bad, but you got all these excuses for him instead of just saying, okay, who complements Michigan football, a championship pedigree, the best? And this is what you choose. And then you look at those press conferences, how he is after the game, nonchalant, just real monotone, which that may be his personality. But like you just said, that ain't what we need. You're a black man at a university that's never had a black head coach. You might be the first and the last if you fail. So this is an opportunity you got that you don't deserve, and you're showing them why you don't deserve it. So when that money starts coming in, you really under the microscope because now you gotta kiss a lot more booty, hug more babies, be at a lot more of these events that you don't want to be at, and they're looking at you like, hold up, you losing games, bro. It's not going to work. I live in Alabama. One thing I can say about Coach Saban, this is what separates the great coaches from everybody else. If you're not doing your job, one, he's going to get rid of you during the season, or he's going to take over your duties by himself. If you look at the 2011 SEC championship game, Bama versus Georgia, the offensive coordinator, I think it was McElwain. Bama was getting railroaded. I'm talking about they were getting steamrolled. Saban took over play calling and said, run the ball until I tell you to throw it. and they won 32-28, and they beat Notre Dame in the championship a few weeks later. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
We need Coach Moore to do that. Learn football the way it's meant to be played, so you don't have any excuse. Every aspect of the game, you know it. So if somebody's not doing their job, you call them out, you take over, you replace them. These coaches nowadays are so soft. I look at all these programs firing people, and like with 2 or 3 games left, Coach Moore like, well, we'll reevaluate it after the season. Bruh! Kirk Campbell should have been fired 3 weeks ago.
And
Why
it don't
is
make
he
sense.
still
If
there?
you're an offensive coordinator, fire him, bro.
Exactly. You know what to do. Grant Newsom, I mean, I know he got Babylon. Grant Newsom, well, let me ask you this. What do you think of Grant Newsom? Like this 1 year, what do you think of him?
I can't say I feel good about him. You
I
know,
don't
his
either.
history, but that's not at this coaching this position.
Right.
Right now, I don't feel that good about him. I mean, the offensive line has looked like trash the whole year.
The whole Evan Link, I thought he had 2 good games. He came back in and started doing the same thing. Justin Tress. The wide receivers are weak. The offensive line is horrible. Like he's the worst. I thought strength to get like these guys saw what happened the last few years and they decided to do something different. And look, they 5-5. Something ain't right. This is more than a coaching issue. Coach Moore tried to change the philosophy and it just doesn't work. Wink Martindale got Mason Graham paying edge or something. Why would you put the best defensive tackle in the country at edge when you got 2 good edge rushers, really 3? Why would you do that? And he's allowing it to happen, man. I'm with you, bro. I like Coach Moore. He seems like a likable guy. At this point, even if they beat O State, I just think he's in over his head. I think a change needs to be. They won't make a change because of Bryce. And I don't even know if he. Well, let me not say that because you be like, it ain't your money. It ain't my money. You're right. I just think that if he doesn't make immediate changes after the season, it shows that he cares more about the check than he does Michigan. He's not a Michigan man. Let's just keep that nigga. He's not. Harbaugh was a Michigan man. He's at Michigan. He's an Oklahoma man. He's a Sooner. That's the way I look at Coach Moore. But
that's
what?
Fair.
And even if they played hard yesterday, I'm just disgusted at how he's let the philosophy change, and he's seen how it changed, and he's seen the losses, and it's almost like he don't care. That's what I'm frustrated. It ain't about the losses no more. It's about the pros game press conferences. Why do the players seem to care more than you do? And I'm gonna let you cook.
Got you. I appreciate it, bro.
No doubt.
I'm gonna bring you up in a minute, Cameron. And Steven was cooking. He was cooking. He was cooking with grease, boy. Cook me some catfish with that grease. But yeah, it's that's the thing. The way he looks like he's out of sorts. He's lost. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Simple football stuff, you know. They got 8. Call timeout. This is the game. Call timeout. Who's up in the box advising you on the fumble from Alex Orji? It's obvious. It's a fumble. Don't challenge it. Things like this is it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? So all these little things, they add up. You know, they just add up. And like he was saying, the more money that comes in, the less leash you have to make bonehead mistakes. Oh, he's a first-time coach. I don't care. That was a first-time 20 millions I just donated. Boy, get rid of him. That's what it's going to come down to. All these boosters bringing that money. I don't care if he's a first-time coach. I'm bringing the money to the table. Get me a good coach. He might be a good coach in the future. I ain't got time to waste more money while he learns how to coach. That's the thing, you know. So they getting the bread, but that money coming with a cost. Gonna come with a cost. You either get it done or you getting out of here. Ain't no growing pains for you. Not with this money coming in. No, sir. What up, Cameron?
What's going on, Johnny, man?
Nothing much.
Man, this is crazy, man. We've been saying this for the past month and a half. Get rid of the whole damn style. but to be honest, the key is remember last year, the last 3 games, Harbaugh didn't play, didn't
Yep, yep,
coach. What
yep.
did you see? So that's telling me that Harbaugh told you how to run the team. Then that's what's telling me because you have your own team this year and you drop the ball. How can you not see Kurt Campbell is in over his head? How you can't see that? And you still give him the piece of paper to run the offense. So that's telling me that no, you gotta go. I love you, black man. You tried. You gotta go. You gotta go. He has to go, Johnny. We can't trust him, dude. I'm keeping it real. We cannot trust him
You
because
right. And
next year is going to get worse. Because
probably.
because everybody is leaving. Everybody is leaving.
Yeah.
So if everybody is leaving, and just say for instance we get Bryce here, what's gonna happen then? When you got to call to play, you call to play for Bryce, but you take Bryce out the game and throw a wide receiver pass on 4th and 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I
so,
can. You could.
so, so, so how can we trust that?
You're right, because you hear Sharon hearing these calls and letting it go through.
I want him to hear it. And like Steven said, you are a black man at a Michigan head coach, first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
You should be pit at man, Johnny. I'm cussing everybody out. I don't care who hear it. I might cuss on the damn press conference. This is some bullshit. I don't want to talk no more. I'm man. You know what I'm saying? Because you pissed because you have an opportunity and I'm being honest, Johnny. He might not get it no more after next year if he do poorly. He
No,
might not get it.
it's a wrap. With the money coming in, he just got next year. If he don't get
And
it,
that's what I'm saying. So my thing is, why are you wasting this year? Why? What is really going on, Sharon Moore?
I think he's been so in over his head. And this is something else that you know it's starting to make sense to me now. Now that we're this far along, Sharon was surprised when Harbaugh gave him the vote of confidence to be the head coach. He was surprised by that.
Yeah, because the Penn State game.
But you know why that's a red flag to me now?
Mm-hmm.
When you the up and coming dude, it shouldn't be no surprise to you. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
It shouldn't be a surprise to you.
Yep.
About time somebody realized I was that dude. Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like he was surprised, like he really didn't deserve it or really don't know how to handle it. So that was a red flag. Now that I look back on it, like and see him getting interviewed, and I was like, he was really surprised. Why you
Yeah.
surprised? You shouldn't be surprised. If
Yeah.
I'm a sales rep, if I mess around and get a good sales rep position, I ain't surprised. My resume says it.
Yep. Yep.
So that's the thing.
It's mind boggling. It's mind boggling. Kurt Campbell needs to be just buy. I would have bought him out weeks ago. I'd have bought him out after the Washington game. I'm gonna like, hey man, come to my office. Hey man, here go your check. I appreciate it. Thank you for helping me with JJ, but you gotta go. I'd have bought him out. Now, Week Markdale. Brother, why it took you so long to do this? You know what I'm saying? You talk to him a little bit different, Johnny. Like you said, I'm gonna give Week Markdale a pass. He been cooking. But
Yeah.
why would it take you so long to know what? And that's the mind-boggling part, Johnny. That our coaching staff don't know what we have.
No, I don't know what's going on in practice, bro.
Yes. What you are y'all just doing walkthroughs?
Hey, I don't know what they're doing because it's mind-boggling to me. They don't know who to play. They don't know what to run. He just now doing twists and stunts. That was a staple last year of Jesse
Yeah.
Minter's defense.
Yeah. That and it's like now people might not agree with me that it's like the defense now is really adapting to Wheaton Martindale defense now. It's like they kind of adapting now. It's kind of like they know where some of their keys at. They still, I don't know why they keep getting beat on double moves. Damn. I mean,
Yeah, they get cooked on them double moves. Jair, Amir, even Will when he was earlier in the year.
yeah. And and you played a little bit DB. You don't
Mhm.
bite off the first move.
No.
You why bite off the first move? If they ain't did nothing, if they don't got the ball, okay, you don't got the ball. Okay. All right, here come a double move. Oh, here come a slit. Here come a corner fade. All that. So why is y'all jumping routes and all? It's just crazy, man.
I
It's
think
just crazy.
I think Jair wants to be Will, which is a good thing, but I think he wants to be Will, but he's picking up some of his bad habits
Bad
from him,
habits, yeah.
because them dudes, I think we were in cover 3 or something when he bid on that, but it's just like, bro, I want to see you. You can't put the cart before the horse, Jair.
Mm-hmm.
Will Johnson, when he first got here as a freshman, he was running dudes routes.
Yeah.
He was running the receivers route
Yeah.
and picking it off. You know what I'm saying? Or just locking them down. He wasn't jumping routes like that.
Mm-mm.
If he did, he made the right choice. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so you weren't like Will was something serious for real that freshman year until he got hurt.
Then
He
it's
was
yeah, and the soft last year he was just I was like, damn, he just taking the whole field away. I
yeah,
said,
exactly.
oh, so it, now here's my theory. Marmar was cooking with something with the NCAA in Michigan. And I was thinking about this. And when I say this, I'm going to jump off so you could speak to the other callers.
Got you.
I think NCAA gave Michigan an ultimatum. They said, we're going to let you play or we're going to give you NIL money. We're going to let you do NIL money. I think they choose the NIL money and and gave away this season because Johnny, we are dead last in scoring in college football. We ain't reached the 30-point mark yet. We don't have a wide receiver that got over 100 yards, bro.
That's
Combined
the fact.
quarterback, combined quarterback. I don't even think they threw for over 1,100 yards. It's real fishy. And like Mamar said, you don't hear nothing about the NCAA at all. And we supposed to got sanctioned
Well, we waiting on the what you call it. Michigan has to respond November the 30th.
November 30th.
Ohio
So you
State.
so you think, oh yeah, the response to Ohio State, yeah, I get that. You right about that, yeah, because they don't want to put it in. Do you really think we gonna get sanctioned?
Well, they already done got it. They already got it. So we got to respond, and then the NCAA responds. We don't know how long this could drag out for years. We don't know.
Because where's the leaks at now? There's no more leaks.
No, they gave the sanction, or they gave the NOA notice of
Uh-huh.
allegations, right? And we have until November 30th to respond. So then they're gonna respond. Michigan will respond. We don't know what they gonna do, if they gonna accept or try to fight it or what. Like, we don't know, so I don't know with that.
Man, it's just a waste of season especially
Yeah.
on the defensive side of the ball of what we have. And I'm gonna be honest, man, our wide receivers is okay, but damn it, can the quarterback at least give them the ball so they can make a play? Cause why we keep throwing the ball over their head in crucial situations, man?
As much as Davis Warren has played better, this was his worst game since he's been starting again, and he missed some throws. The problem with him in general is he seems terrified to get hit.
Yeah.
I seen him hand it off, and he ran off scared. It was so funny to me. He handed that ball off, and he ran away scared. I'm like, this dude really don't want to get hit.
No,
he runs out of the pocket when there's a pocket there, and he missed some throws that we haven't seen him miss the last few weeks. So, but then we also got, it's just everything's bad. You can't just talk about one thing and be like,
without the other. Yeah.
The run game ain't good. The pass game ain't good. The play calling ain't good. The offensive line ain't good. Wide receivers ain't good.
Yeah. It's like
Loveland. That's all we can say on offense. Loveland is good.
And it's like, and sometimes it rubs off on him.
Exactly. It's too much pressure.
Too much pressure. So it rubs off on him.
We need him to be Travis Kelce from a couple years ago or something.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So okay. So when this season ends, how you think it's gonna go? Do you actually think Sharon Moore gonna fire somebody?
I think he has to. With all this money coming in, you can't have a season like this, just like you laid out the offense, the actual numbers that are terrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
You laid them out. You can't go back in the next season with that. Kirk Campbell's my offensive coordinator. No, he ain't. There's no way you can come to the table and you can't take up for that. I don't care if you had a quarterback or not.
Mm-hmm.
You was the quarterback coach. Campbell was the quarterback coach for these dudes last year.
Yeah,
it looks like you just found them off the street.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Johnny. I'm glad you brought that up. And I try to tell people, and they are arguing with me. Some Michigan fans argue with me. I said, well, Kirk Campbell was the quarterback coach for the past, 3-4 years?
Mm-hmm.
He knew what Orgy was.
Last year.
And before that, he was an analyst, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, he was the coach. And so he knew what it was. He knew damn well Alex Orgy couldn't throw, or they didn't want. And that's the mind boggling me, man. You get everybody an opportunity, but when Orgy in the game, you just ran him. That's the glaring part of it. You didn't even give him a chance to throw. The most he threw this year was what 3-4 times?
Probably like 12 or something.
12 times. But you threw 5 curls, 7 and in route, fade away, a 7 fade away. It's like, but you get the playbook for them, and they did the most turnovers.
It's crazy because you had these dudes all off season. Regardless, there was a possibility that Orgy could have been the starter. So whether it was run pass, you had to find an offense. If you knew he couldn't throw that well, but he's one of the options because this is what we have, you should have had an offense designed around it. You didn't.
Yeah.
You don't even when you were still bringing him into the game. No wrinkles. You've been running that same play all year. You still ain't got no wrinkles. Yep.
Yeah, man, we could talk about this sorry niggas all goddamn day, Johnny.
Exactly.
So I'm
you see, I'm about to explode.
Because that's why I wanted to stop you, because you was about to go ham, Johnny. So I just hope that we can have the last two games that we have. We can play an actual full game where the coaching staff and the players are on the same page. That's all we want. I don't care if we win the game, Johnny. I just want to see that we could play together as a unit. That's it. That's all. I'm not asking for them to win the game. I'm not even asking them to beat Ohio State. Play together.
One
This is the
complete
last.
game. We ain't played. They haven't played one complete game all year. Make it
Yep.
the Ohio State game. Give us a Christmas present or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Black Friday.
Yep. Well, I appreciate Johnny. Man, go blue ball. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate it. Yep.
Go blue. That's Cameron. He was cooking. He was cooking. But yeah, it just don't make sense. It just don't make sense if you look at it and you really paying attention. It's like, bro, the offense, the players, the evaluation, like it's so much that is wrong right now. It's just so much. So Sharon, you got a job on his hands, and that's why I say I don't want to play a bowl game. If we get there beating Ohio State, so be it. Or Northwestern, so be it. But nah, bro, you got a lot. You got a lot on your plate to evaluate, fire, because you can't see. You did quick hires this year. You see where that got us. You did quick hires. You got to take your time and really find the right guys. Whoever you fire, you got to take your time, or hopefully you already have somebody in your mind that you want, that has the resume that they deserve the position. That's the big thing. You got to have that, because it's just a lot. That's why I don't want a bowl game, because he's got a lot to do, whether it's hiring guys, transfer portal, the NIL money, plus recruiting. Go take care of it. Leave no one stone unturned. So ain't no excuses next year, because the dudes with the money, they don't want to hear no excuses. They about like me. They don't want to hear no excuses from no grown man that I done gave some bread to. Once I done gave you some bread, I don't want to hear no excuses. I want to see results. So we giving you some money, and we add more money to it. Boy, I don't want to hear no excuses. I want to see results. It made me open my wallet. Nobody want to hear that when they opening their wallet. They gonna be on your head. The chat going crazy. When you hear the new Jeezy, all the dope boys go crazy. So Nation wasn't happy with this game. I thought y'all gave him a real fight. Boy, we ain't happy with no moral victories. I'm happy Wink showed up, but you had abysmal offense. I ain't happy about that. That shows me that if we somehow get Ohio State into a low scoring dogfight, we still won't be able to win it. That ain't matter. No, because Indiana tried to give us the game. Different times, just so many times. Take the game. Kurt Campbell, nah, bro, I'm straight. I don't want to win. Nah, bro, I'm straight. Nah, I don't even want to win like that. I'm good. That's what we dealing with. So, ain't no moral victory over here, bro. I'm glad Wink showed that. Okay, yeah, there is a good coach in there somewhere. He's in there somewhere. That was nice to see. But that offense, ain't no moral victories against no Indiana, bro. We want that dub. I don't get off on no close victory. Not with abysmal offense. So, it is what it is. Ain't no moral victories over here. No, sir. But that's about it, I guess. I guess I'm gonna wind down, get out of here. Who else? Let's see. Put the super chats. Brian Schutz, appreciate the $5. Dom came in preaching with the first caller. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's about all I got, y'all. I'm kind of fatigued. You know, Yellowstone come on tonight. We got the season finale of Penguin. Hey, time to watch some shows, some good shows coming on. I'm trying to watch some shows. But let's see. And yeah, that's about all I got, y'all. Let's see. Let's get out of here on a good note. Can we? Yeah, a good note. Let's get out of here on a good note.
To me, a Michigan Wolverine is great. To me, a Michigan Wolverine.